Hey, welcome back to ZK Master Tech. Today we're going to be doing a tour of my service truck, and just in case you guys haven't seen the first one or you're wanting to see an updated truck tour, this is the video for that. Here we've got a 2024 Ram 5500 crew cab 4-wheel drive with the Cummins, and it's got the stellar T-Max 11-foot crane body on it, and it's all aluminum. Let me tell you what, I've been running this truck for 14,000 miles and I've had it 9 months now. So I've had time to get everything where I think it needs to go. You know, I'm constantly going to be improving this truck, but it is what it is right now. She's had a hard battle this fall. 14,000 miles is a lot of service calls, and I think the farthest distance I went was about a 3-hour drive one way. So that's a lot of little trips here and there fixing a lot of equipment. And so far, I don't have any complaints with this truck. It's been a really good truck so far. But I wanted to give you guys an updated truck tour, so let's get into it. All right, here it is. I have not washed this truck since I started going full throttle, and it's not too bad. You know, the rain has kind of helped keep the dirt down a little bit, but it doesn't look too bad, but it is dirty, so let's get into it here. So of course here, you know, I've got sunscreen and an extra rag there. Band-aids, very important. You guys know how much I cut my fingers and hands and stuff, so you know you got to have that right there ready to rock. Inside the truck, you know, you can tell it's dirty, but it's being used. So let's see how many miles it says right there, 13,986. So yeah, right about 14,000 miles on it. It gets about 10 to 12 mile a gallon on average, which is pretty good for a 5500 with 489 gears that weighs 22,000 pounds. So it gets better fuel mileage than the 19. That old truck right there. So it's a 19 Ford F350. It gets 9 to 10 no matter what you do. So this one gets 10 to 12. I think that's pretty good. Going 60 mile an hour down the highway, it'll run 15, 16 mile a gallon all day long. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. And plus it has a 52-gallon tank, so I can go a lot farther without having to stop. So really dig that. Here we got a CarPlay screen here, so I can, it's really nice for navigation because customers and my service managers are always sending me pins of locations to go, and I just pull it up on my phone and boom, it instantly goes to that screen. And it's really nice right there. And plus it's got a camera right there that's facing forward that's recording all the time. So just in case I get into a scuffle with another vehicle or something, it's all being recorded. So, and then here I've got a really nice MagSafe magnetic charger right there. So I can just plop either phone. I carry 2 phones with me all the time, so I can put it right there and it'll wirelessly charge. Really like that. And the tunes in this truck are actually pretty good. I mean, for a stock Ram tradesman truck, I'm not disappointed with the sound in this truck. So, and it's got the manual 4-wheel drive shifter on the floor. Works flawless. You just reach back, plop, into 4-wheel drive. It'll say shift in progress for about a second, and then boom, you're ready to roll. All right. In the back, so I removed the back seat and I built this subfloor to mount on top, and then I built a back wall back here, so then I can mount stuff to the wall. So I've got a rack where I've got my rocket light and my 3/4 snap-on tech angle. We got an extra shirt back there just in case things get a little messy. And then here I've got a John Deere refrigerator out of a S-Series combine. Really nice refrigerator. You can put a lot of stuff in here. A lot of water in there. Oh, look what I got here. Little AG1. All right, before we continue the tour of my service truck, let me tell you about today's sponsor of this video and one of the most important toolkits in the truck, AG1. If you're like me, constantly on the move, you know how easy it is to neglect proper nutrition. Between early mornings, long hours, and everything in between, grabbing something healthy isn't always an option. That's where AG1 comes in. It's more than just grains. It's your daily dose of vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and whole food source ingredients designed to give your body everything it needs to run at full throttle. When I'm at home, I use 1 scoop out of the canister, and on the service truck, I use the travel packs mixed with water, 1 to 2 drops of the vitamin D3 and K2 first thing in the morning, and I'm set for the day. It helps with energy, focus, digestion, and even supports your immune system. I've been using it and I feel the difference, especially when I'm out working long days in the field. What I love most about AG1 that it's super convenient. No more dealing with a cabinet full of supplements or guessing what you need. It's all in one. Right now, AG1 is offering a surprise bonus limited edition gift on top of the welcome kit when you first subscribe. Every new customer using my link gets $76 worth of free extras. Each order comes with 30-day supply of AG1, 5 free travel packs, shaker bottle, metal canister and scoop, and a bottle of AG vitamin D3 and K2. So if you want to get your body back in gear, go to drinkag1.com/ZK to check it out while supplies last. Trust me, your body will thank you now. Now let's get back to the tour. All right, and we're back. But yeah, seriously guys, that AG1 stuff, it actually tastes pretty good. And I even mix it with some flavored water, and it goes down pretty good. But having a fridge in the service truck is a game changer. Let me tell you what, I can just load that thing up with waters and then I'm good to go for the day. Or days, really. So, and I leave this refrigerator on all night too. And I have a power bank back here that everything plugs into. The refrigerator runs on 12 volts. I got an inverter plugged in there to charge my Milwaukee batteries. I've got a Milwaukee inverter, you know, just in case I need to power some other stuff or charge a phone or whatever. Got to have the bandana, you know, you never know when the bald head's going to start sweating. And then here we got the Racked Audio Bluetooth speaker. Best Bluetooth speaker on the market. Shout out to Ryan that makes these over at Racked Audio. Back here I actually keep my tripod for my camera. And here's one of my phone mounts in here. But what's nice about this Racked Audio is I can attach my magnetic camera mounts and stuff in my lights. Here's a new addition to the truck. So this is the new Matco magnetic light. So you can turn each end and then you can magnetize it to whatever you're working on. Like say you're working on the side of a combine or something, you can slap that onto the elevator or whatever. You can even use this under a hood of a truck and it's pretty bright. Yeah. And there's low. Yeah, super awesome. And I snap it onto this Racked Audio speaker and it doesn't move. It just stays. And in here I've got some shop ready rags from newpig.com. So go give those guys a try. They got some really nice shop supplies like pig mats for absorbing oils, and they've got rags, and these here are the best blue shop towels on the market. They are literally the strongest and most absorbent rag that I've ever used. And then these are disposable microfibers. You know, you always need, you know, a microfiber or a shop rag right there where you can reach it. So that's why I got those there. And here we've got a CLC tool bag. So say you got to go work up in the engine compartment or a grain tank or something, you can just load that bad boy up with tools and take it up there. I got an extra Milwaukee pack out for an extra thing of water if I need it, hanging out right there. And then I'll show you the other stuff on the other side of the truck whenever we go around. We're going to start here and kind of work our way down, go around, and back the other way. So that's all we can see right here for now. All right, so left side of the truck, or the driver's side, it's really, really tall. And the only thing that I don't like about this truck compared to the first truck is that you've got nowhere to set things on top of the bed. Nothing. So everything, all your tools and your parts and stuff ends up going straight to the bumper, and that's the only flat surface you have to lay anything on. That is probably the only thing I don't like about this service bed. But when you open these up, it's all lighted. LED lights in every compartment. There's even drawer lights. Also, you can see I added a storage locker or storage cabinet, whatever you want to call it. I got it from Stellar Industries, and it is awesome. It's powder coated, the same color as the truck and everything. It's aluminum. It's not super heavy. That allowed me to get some stuff out of the bed that I was keeping in either pack outs or totes, and get it into a lockable storage container, because I got some stuff in there that's worth some coins. So bought that, got that up there. Mounts super easy to the bed. Mounts right into the rails. They've got rails where you can stick in little spring-loaded T-nuts and then just bolt stuff down. You don't have to drill into the bed of the truck, which is super awesome. All right, into the first cabinet. So up here on top of the main box, I call this the main toolbox here, you've got all lighted compartments and even got drawer lights, so that helps you be able to see at night when you're out working late, to be able to get your tools in and out of the truck. Up here, this is where I like to keep my most used pliers, and I just use these regular wrench racks. They work pretty good. They don't really move around a whole lot. So I keep all my main used pliers up here. And then right here, this is where I keep all my long 1/2-inch drive ratchets and all the extensions, mainly 1/2-inch long extensions, but there are some 3/8 in there. And then I also use the snap-on 3/4 bar that you can put a breaker bar or a 3/4 ratchet head on. Lives right there. And then here is where I keep my extra stubby, but this is the new Gen 2 Milwaukee stubby. It is a absolute beast. You guys see me use this on the channel before, and really like it, but I don't have a place for it on the other side of the truck just yet. So I've just been putting it right here, but I actually kind of like it because I'm always grabbing it and it's handy right there. So if we look at the first drawer, it's got a lot of stuff in it. You know, I've got everything in here but the kitchen sink, pretty much. So you've got your air hammer and all the bits, all your air tools, you know, your air guns and wands and inflator gauges, tire gauges, all your different scrapers and seal pullers and magnets and punches and mirrors and bore lights and specialty taps and special drill bits and all kinds of stuff in here. I mean, it's layered deep. And I'm not going to go into detail on every little thing that I have in every drawer, because that would literally be like a 10-hour video, and we just don't have time for that. So there's the top drawer. Now the other drawers are a little bit more organized. Second drawer, all your screwdrivers and strikeable screwdrivers here, your small screwdrivers and Torx bits, and some magnets, all your different O-ring picks and trim sticks, and yeah, all your different hose picks, short, long, T-handled Torx, all that kind of stuff lives in drawer 2. We've got some T-handled Allens in there and a terminal release tool set. It's like an extra set, but I got from Snap-on. Third drawer is all the 1/4-inch drive and 3/8 drive ratchets and extensions. So all the Snap-on 3/8 ratchets, all the different extensions, There's wobble extensions and swivel extensions and regular extensions, chrome, impact, locking, every flavor of extension you ever need for 3/8 is right there. Every flavor of 1/4 inch drive ratchet you could possibly imagine is in here, and a 90-degree bit tool, some quick change hex bits long in there, some extra markers, and a bit driver. This is a good place for crank turning tools to stay right here. Those are for turning engines over. Some more quick change bits. I keep some extra CAN bus terminators in here because you never know. And this is just where all the random stuff goes. All your different adapters and stuff like that. And then I moved all my ratchets over here to this side of the truck. On FAV1, farm assault vehicle number 1, this is farm assault vehicle number 2, I had them on the other side all in foam with all the other Milwaukee stuff, but I didn't have as much room on this truck, so I put them over here. So you've got the 1/4 inch high speed, the 90-degree impact, the extended reach high torque, the extended reach high speed, and then the regular high torque regular one, and then an extra battery. Drawer 4 is all the 3/8 and 1/4 inch sockets. And I like to have the pegs where you can see the sizes at a quick glance. Some stubby bits, all your Allens. These are my most used sockets. They're on the Mechanics Time Saver twist rails, magnetic. So I keep all those there. You got your turbo sockets, the extra deep for turbo clamps. And I keep my most used Allens right here, ready to go. Mainly for set screws on lock collars for combines. An extra set of deep sockets. Allens. Tap sockets. 1/4 inch drive. Swivels, 12-point impacts, and Gearwrench bolt biter extraction sockets. Half-inch drawer. So all your half-inch drive, standard metric sockets live in here. Shorter extensions go in here. Some jumbo Allens, and the reverser nut tool that my dad made me lives in here. You guys seen that before. This is where all the extra pliers go that I don't use a whole lot. They all go in here, and I've got those plier racks set up in here. You know, a snake, strap wrench, some serpentine belt tools, all your different transmission snap ring pliers, strap wrench, things like that. Bottom drawer, this is where all your 3/4 drive and some 1 inch in here. I do have a 1 inch impact, so I've got like the common sizes that I need for 1 inch drive in here as well, and some extra deep sockets, 3/4 extensions, large torque adapter. This is that 3/4 head I was talking about that goes on this bar right here. That's the ratchet head. This is the breaker bar right here, and then you got some jumbo 3/4 drive Allens in here. These are Sunnex, big guys. And a 90-degree drill and some tie rod end tools here in your large adapters. Alright, so the shelves. So these shelves, you can actually adjust them at whatever height you want. This is just kind of how the truck came, and I liked how they were spaced. So up here I keep a 3/8 Tekton torque wrench snap-on and some extra long Allen bits that are Tekton, but everything else is either drill bits or extractors. So pretty much this is all drilling and extracting stuff, and there's just about every kind of drill bit you can possibly imagine extractor in here. This is where I keep the tape measures. This is where I keep the long snap-on magnetic trays right here. This is a new Matco organizer, so you can take apart an engine and lay all the different bolts and stuff in here, but these are magnetic and adjustable. And then you got a dial indicator and a 1/4-inch drive set that I use for cab work. And under here you've got an amp clamp and an impact driver and your rethreader set, and there's a set of dial, or no, that is a set of micrometers, stereo micrometers in there. And then I've got some extra long Allens in the back, extra bits, screwdriver bits right here. This is a magnetic tray that folds out and it's magnetic. This is a new tool. This is a zrkey.com. So these guys make this tool, they send it to me, and you use this to clean out a grease zerk. So if a grease zerk's all covered in dirt, this will go in and clean it off for you. And this is another style to clean off grease zerks with, and it's got a magnet on it. Boop. Here's where I keep a lot of my lights. So I've got the Milwaukee light here, the snap-on ones, and a couple other Milwaukees. I'm missing one that goes right here, the Rover light Milwaukee, I think, goes right there. Of course you got to have a magnetic huggy, and then this is where all the blow molded cases go. So pullers and all your different kinds of sets and special tools and stuff all go in there. Same as down here. This is a snap-on snap ring plier set and power probe and a filter cutter, and the power probe short and open circuit finder, and I think that is a bearing splitter set in there. And then I've got some snap-on those special new feeler gauges right there. So that covers the main part of the toolbox. Okay, here we got the large drawer unit. So this did not come with the truck when we bought it. I actually added this drawer unit, and I customized it to have a 5-inch drawer and 2 3-inch drawers with a drawer light. Underneath it I keep my big soft creeper pad, and then a couple other soft pads underneath there. On top of the box, we've got some 1/2-inch drive snap-on torque wrenches. So this is a click style, or it's actually a dial style, and then this is the tech angle here. And then I keep my grease gun over here now, and my 1-inch Milwaukee impact, and my grinder, and some extra discs to change out real quick, you know, because you always need the 3, right? The sanding, the grinding, and then the cutting ones on it. And then I've got the M12 rivet gun. That thing's a game changer for chaffer frames. Keep a bunch of extra magnet trays over here, Milwaukee heat gun, and one of these is a Milwaukee bore scope, a Milwaukee rotary tool and bit set, and a Milwaukee soldering iron in that bottom one. So it's a little different up top here from what you guys seen in my first tour, and mainly because I had a lot of this extra Milwaukee stuff in a tote inside of the bed. But when I added the storage locker up here, I was able to move some stuff around, and I wanted to get this other Milwaukee stuff up here in this cabinet. Top drawer is all your standard wrenches and crow's feet. So I use all Ernst wrench racks. for all your main wrenches. I really like those for service trucks because they stay put and don't really move around. And here are some toolbox, and these are some toolbox widget wrench holders that are holding all this stuff up, and I like that because it holds the wrench up straight. Yeah, that's all my standard wrenches in that size. I mean, I think I go up to 1.25 inches in here, and in this drawer I go up to 2 inch. But here's the metric wrench drawer. I get into that most often. These are Matco magnetic wrench rails. They hold the double box wrenches pretty well. Large metric, crow's feet, S wrenches, and half moons, and offsets, and ratchet wrenches, and line wrenches. You name it. Every flavor of metric wrench is in this drawer. Another Matco rail right here. Notice how I pair up my wrenches. So I always have a regular 10 and a ratcheting, regular 13 and a ratcheting, because you're always grabbing two, right? Why have them on different rails? So that's how I do that. And then here you got the large wrench drawer, and this is where I keep all the PWZs and the large 22-inch Cobra pliers, and you know, your favorite tool right here, the Kentucky Do-All set. This is pretty cool. You guys may not have seen this before, but this is a crescent wrench vice grip. So you can put a nut in there or grip onto anything, and then you can lock it down like a vice grip. Pretty handy little tool to have. And then you got your jumbo wrenches up to 2 inch here. This is a special serpentine belt tool. That's real handy for doing engine belts on a combine. Reach up in there. Some jumbo crow's feet. This is a Sunnex angle wrench set. Your great big snap ring pliers, internal, external, filter pliers, your big wrench extender. I've got 2 wrench extenders in here. Yeah, here's the smaller one, the big one, a big rivet gun. There's a 3.5 inch custom wrench down in here, and an extra. So I always carry an extra wrench set with me that's cheap, that I could use to bend and cut and make special tools with. So I always keep a fresh set in there just in case you get into a bind where you got to make a tool. It's ready to go. And then a full set of Tekton 4-way angle wrenches in metric from 17 to 51, I believe. 50, yeah. And I actually use the Tekton wrench rack right there. Alright, that does it for that cabinet. Then we'll go into here. This is where I keep all my rags and all the chemicals and zip ties and kind of shop supplies and funnels and all that good kind of stuff. But I can carry a lot. Rags, my dirty rags go in here. I've got some hand wipes. Here's the pig wipes again. But you know, all your different lubricants and solvents and all that kind of stuff goes in there. All the different types of zip ties, some extra grease fittings, the solder stick butt connectors. Here's something cool. So this company, Backtrack, sent me these, and this will actually magnetize to a oil fill port of a tractor, and then you kick it on and it'll put a vacuum on the hydraulic system so you don't leak out a bunch of oil when you're changing filters, or maybe you just gotta swap out a sensor real quick and you don't want to take a bath underneath the tractor. You can put this on there, put a vacuum on it, and it won't even drip a drop of oil, especially when you're changing a sensor. But I have 2 of them have two of them, and you can actually magnetize them together and run two at the same time to get more suction. So check that company out right there. Pretty sweet. VacTrack. And then yeah, there's just some funnels, a Forma funnel, and all your different Loctites and sealers and gasket makers and anaerobic sealers and stuff like that in that little tray right there. That keeps the oil contained, and I've got some pig mat in there to absorb everything that kind of drains out of the funnels in there. Yeah. And here in the bumper, there's another tool compartment, and that's where I keep all my long pry bars, really big Gearwrench indexing bar, and a straight edge, super long 3/4 drive extension, blowguns. Show you the other side. Over here you got the long Wilton Bash sledgehammer, some really long pry bars, and then here I've got like use this to drain final drives on combines. Got a magnet on it, stick that in the wheel, drain the final drive down. So that's what lives in the bumper. Alright, so the back of the truck, it's kind of a mess right now. But this truck's got LED lights, floodlights, all the way around on both sides. If you didn't notice it before, there's one right there, and there's one on the right side, and you can kick those on, and man, it really lights up the area around the truck so you can see at night. Look in the bed of the truck. It's kind of a mess right now, but I put another set of E-tracks right here, and then I can mount my ladders right here, because I did have them way up there with that ladder, and I'm constantly getting my ladders out to work on stuff, so I want them to be out of reach. So put my 4-foot and my 2-foot ladder right there. I ended up moving this Milwaukee pack out to right here, and it's got the pack out plate that it's screwed down to the bed, so these will click in there and it will not move. I just added an extra strap right there just for a little bit of support, because it is kind of heavy and tall, so I didn't want it to break the feet or anything like that, so I added just a little strap there just for a little bit more support. Alright, so inside the bed, on top here I've got a Generac generator. Look, beans. I need to get those cleaned out. But you can tell I've been using the truck when you got beans all in your truck, or corn, one of the two. But I made this little crate basically to strap it down and bolt it to the bed. And then I've got my Flexzilla electrical cord reel here. I mainly use that generator just for running a battery charger or a vacuum pump, mainly is what I use it for. I have ran a 110 welder off of it. It doesn't work the greatest, but it does work. So eventually I'm going to put a Miller Bobcat welder generator right here eventually. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done one of these days. But in here in this pack out, we just got, this one's just full of shop supplies. I just drove through a bunch of rain, but these pack outs never get water in them. So stays bone dry in there. And then this one, keep a bunch of extra grinding discs and wheels and stuff. And in that one, I just keep the hoses. This big one here, I keep all my transfer hoses in there for my Milwaukee transfer pump. So oil and coolant transfer hoses go in there. And then I've got the pack out drawer. So they don't really advertise these as waterproof, but I just drove through a whole bunch of rain. Let's look in here. Dry as a bone. So this is where I keep all my extra bolts and washers and stuff. All the stuff that I'm constantly getting into, bolt and nut wise and washers, I keep in this pack out. And in the bed, of course, I keep a bunch of extra coolant and oil, high guard, and gear oil pump. I keep a Gearwrench creeper. Keep my extension ladder in here. I mounted that E-track there so I can strap them down. There's a 20-ton jack in this bottom milk crate, and then a bunch of different blocks. I carry a 6-foot table with me, and I keep it in place with this little ratcheting bar right here. It doesn't move. Having a table with you is really handy for sorting parts and stuff. Of course, I keep a thing of carpet to lay on tires and combines and stuff. And then I've got my outrigger pads right here. These are super duper lightweight with a chain for a carrying handle. You can see how those are made. Those work really good. And here's that new storage cabinet. Open that up so you can get this with or without a shelf. I went with a shelf. Up here we've got a master pressure tester vacuum filler for cooling system. It's an Astro pneumatic, an extra big Milwaukee light, and snap-on coolant pressure tester. And then here we've got a slide hammer kit, all my special test hoses and track detention hoses. We got a Milwaukee inflator, jumper hoses, and the Milwaukee transfer pump lives in there. So I still have a little bit of room to put some more stuff in there, but that's what I got in there for now. And then up here, got a gas can for the generator, of course. There's the hydraulic reservoir for the crane, and I carry, refrigerant in there too. And then I've got another whole set of Milwaukee pack outs that mainly is this is extra drill bits and taps, specialty taps. There's all kinds of goodies in that one. In here I keep a bunch of extra parts, and this is a bunch of extra shop supply and parts. And underneath there is, in the big one, is a bunch of different electrical stuff. So terminal kits and wire and loom, basically full of electrical supplies in that big bottom one there. And it's also got some fan drive puller sets in there for pulling like 30 series fan drives out of the timing cover, all the different special tools you need to pull the shafts out and stuff. I've got that in there. Yeah, there's the bed. And usually I carry a big cut off 55-gallon plastic tote for coolant, and then I carry a big tote for draining oil in here as well. Yeah, that's the inside of the bed. All right, right side of the truck. Here's your crane compartment. So what I liked about the Stellar, why I chose to go with Stellar, is their crane compartment, you can actually use it to store stuff. It's not just hoses and all your different crane stuff and your air stuff. There is a hose reel in here, 1/2-inch hose reel, 50 foot, but I can also put a battery charger, and I got a bunch of extra tool bags in here. And then I've got all the manuals for the truck and the crane in here. And then I've got all my AC stuff. Most of my AC stuff's in here, like my infrared temp gun, gauge set in here, my AC scales. And then you've got your air regulator and oiler and everything right here. This is where you mount your crane remote. It's the dock for it, and it also charges the remote right there. So I like the crane compartment on the Stellar because you can actually do stuff in there. All right, the Milwaukee prying and hammer compartment. So Ben's got my 3/4 impact, but that's where the 3/4 goes. And then you've got the 1/2 inch high torque Gen 2, the Gen 2 mid torque, a 3/8, your M18 drill, M12 drill, your stubby, of course, and a 1/4 inch driver, and the die grinders straight. And then I also keep all my most used die grinder bits right here ready to rock. The Milwaukee fan, a bunch of extra M12 batteries, M12 light. Here I've got, I got those mounts off of Amazon, just so you know. I don't know what brand they're called, but you can get all kinds of stuff on Amazon for mounting Milwaukee batteries. So keep some extra M18 batteries right here. They just clip into that little rail. And then, you know, I can look through and see the status of my batteries real quick. Some extra snap-on lights. And this is where I keep all my pry bars, all in foam in here. All your alignment punches and all your different indexing bars, brass punches, brass hammer, all my hammers. This is a brand new hammer I just got from Snap-on. Look at that bad boy. This is a 56 ounce extra long handle dead blow hard face hammer. You can really hit stuff hard with those hammers. I like them a lot. Then you've got the big 10-pound sledge and the mini sledge, another mini sledge. I don't have a place for this guy yet, so it just kind of sits there. And then this is probably my most used hammer right here, these two little hammers. There you go. There's the Milwaukee cabinet. All right, this cabinet. So in here I keep my electronic hydraulic pressure gauge right here, and then I've got a bunch of different testing, hydraulic testing adapters and stuff all in this thing. We got some O-ring kits in there. We got a flat face plug and cap kit in there. Some extra wire. I don't know why it's in there. Oh, I think I cut that out of a harness. So I've got some extra wire and loom, I guess. And then this is all plastic caps and plugs. This is all extra clamps in there. Got my vacuum pump for AC systems right there. Here are everybody wants to know where I got these. So the orange plugs for plugging hydraulic stuff, all different sizes in there. Well, here you go. Here is the John Deere number right there. And then here I've got a full tap and die set. So this is actually a Gearwrench set that I wasn't super crazy about the case that it came with. Wasn't very robust. I ended up breaking it. So I moved everything into this pack out for the tap and die set. And I like it like that. And then in here I've got another master O-ring kit. This one is full wiring loom. This one's got a bunch of extra electrical connectors. This one is a bunch of different clamps, and this one is, I don't know what that one is. Oh, this one is a bunch of different hydraulic caps and plugs. So those fit in there really nicely like that. In the front cabinet. So in here I keep, it's a mess right now, but clevises and lifting straps, a 2 5/16 ball, little clevises, special lifting mechanisms that I have made, you know, a small lifting strap, some special tools that I've made, an oscillation stop, and some stuff for using on a press is in there. This is just full of different lifting straps and pins and stuff like that. An extra big towel for covering engines up and stuff is in there. This is where I keep all my ratchet straps. In here I keep propane, MAP gas. This is where my torch handle stays, right here. And then in here I've got a whole bunch of different stuff. 3 job pullers and U-joint press and cable winch, chain hoist, big C-clamps, some extra chain, extra bottles of propane and MAP gas, moving blanket. In here I've got all my chains and lifting straps all sitting in here. Some more lifting straps. My torch tanks sit in here. I've got an extra fire extinguisher in there. I wish it doesn't have an LED light here. It stops right here. I wish they had one more right here because you can't really see in there very well, but this is extra deep, as you can see, so you can fit taller tanks if you wanted to. All right, the back of the truck on this side. So here I keep the Milwaukee radio Bluetooth speaker. This is the Milwaukee Tech bag. I've shown this before. It hasn't really changed. I keep the flex probe kit and a diagnostic test box and all my different wire leads and extensions and terminal release tool sets and everything in here. This is the M18 Milwaukee vacuum, and then it's snapped down to a 3-drawer pack out, and inside of there is a bunch of different electrical stuff in the bottom drawer, special dowels that I have made in here, and some different shop supplies. And what is the top drawer? Oh, miscellaneous screws and stuff. So all your small little screws for putting cabs together and stuff, and rivets, and all of your small fastening stuff goes in there. Of course, I got my Milwaukee bibs that I keep in here now because it's cold. And this is a little handy little trash can that I have right here, so when I'm snacking going down the road or whatever, I've got a place to put my trash and empty it to keep my truck a little bit cleaner. And then I carry an extra seat cover just in case I get a bunch of oil on me or whatever. I don't want to get on the seat, so I'll get that out and just cover the seat real quick. And some extra leather gloves. And then over here you've got the dash that's just like a giant catch-all, and I keep like microfibers and headlamp and all the John Deere keys and tags and some safety glasses and stuff in there. An extra beanie kind of keep in there. This truck is filthy. I haven't had a chance to clean the interior of this truck. I will though. When I get a chance, I'm gonna make her shine like a diamond. Anyway, this is a desk that you can put onto your steering wheel. Boom, and then you got a little flat area to put your laptop on, or you can eat off of it for food and stuff, so that's super handy. And then I've got this bag here that I keep my EDL. I can keep my laptop in here, iPad, MacBook, extra water, extra pins, you know, all the extra crap that you keep in the front of your truck. I can put it here, and if I need a passenger, I can just lift this up and swivel it around to the back, and then I can have a passenger sit here. All right, I know that was a quick tour of the truck. If you guys want to go into more detail of what I do have 2 more truck tour videos on the channel that is way more in depth than this one. This one was kind of just an update to the new Fab 2 of, you know, I've been using it for 9 months and kind of changing some stuff around and adding to it. This is what I have now. So this is the setup I'm running after running this truck for a while. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on it, and you asked for it. A lot of people asked me to do, hey, when are we going to get an updated truck tour? So here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below if there is something that you guys want to see in more detail. Let me know down here and I'll try to get it on the channel. But until next time, keep that green iron moving.